7 years ago, 8 years ago. Had a band, but it was just kind of getting started, and we met Chris, and we kind of started recording some demos, and then we ended up changing bass players, ended up meeting Shane at an open mic night down on campus, and so we ended up switching bass players and changing the name to Cow Garage, and our first practice was September 4th of 2001, and yeah, we had met Chris, and Chris got us into the studio, and we pretty much started recording a record not too long afterwards, and that's Nickelback, and here we are, 7 years later.
So what are kind of your favorite places to play around town?
Around town? Little Brothers.
Rest in peace.
Hi, Dan.
I mean, I like to play at the Riviera Room. And then it's always fun playing at Andyman's too. It's like a house party playing there. So it's great.
How is it having people, when you're playing, having people like 3 feet from you?
Man,
Familiar.
yeah, we've played in so many different gnarly places that it doesn't really affect anything that we do at all. We just adapt to whatever. For instance, the other night we played in a V around a pool table. So you never know what you're going to run into, you know. You just get used to it.
So how was, I know you guys got back late last night from a bunch of shows all around. How was that whole trip?
It was fantastic, actually. It was one of the best tours we've ever done.
It feels so uncomfortable to say something positive.
But no, it was really great. We went from the Northeast down to Florida, and then through the Mid-South down to Texas, and every show was really good.
Behind some long dead forgotten scene, and we washed them clean. That's right.
Yeah. How were the Red States?
It was, they were great actually, except for Election Day. We actually had the day off, and we stayed in Dalton, Georgia, and we were all excited and slightly drunk. And we were like, well, let's go celebrate. We walked into this bar, and I'm not kidding, walked up, ordered drinks, and the bartender walks up and goes, after we'd ordered, he goes, we're closed. And we were like, can't bring us down, buddy. See ya.
Gone.
Everybody was stoked. The indigenous population was running in panic.
It was seriously like tumbleweed blowing through. I was like on the phone talking to friends back here, and they're like, it's awesome. Everybody's partying. Dalton, Georgia was not stoked about that.
And speaking of releasing a new record, your record release parties tonight. How the whole process of recording this new one go?
It was interesting. Everyone's been different, but Cody had just joined us. He's been in the band for about a year now. We started recording this record, excuse me, right before he actually joined us. So we were kind of a little bit flying by the seat of our pants, but we actually learned all of the songs in the studio. That was the first time we've ever done that. But it was great. I mean, we've been working with the same people for a while now down in Texas, and so they kind of knew where to push and pull us and what we needed to do to get it done, you know.
I guess the only other question I have for you is, what do you do when some jackass yells "free bird" at one of your shows?
Man, thankfully it doesn't happen that much anymore, but it does. Yeah.
We played it before just as a fuck you, you know, like, yeah, we can play this, go to hell. But
You negotiate.
It's a good night song. Well, Oklahoma City was just leather jackets and noise. No blood spill, no switchblades, just weak and scared little boys. Hidden behind some long dead forgotten scene, and we washed them clean. That's right. And ironically, never ends. It's the